Hi everybody. Hopefully you and your family are well in these difficult times. Let me just introduce a few 2 weeks ago. I took a course of building AWS infrastructure with Terraform, and since I've been working in this, and one of the maxims I believe that is that when you learn something, you need to settle that knowledge, and the best way is to practice it. So to do since I've been working in an infrastructure, okay, to deploy a payment hub. And basically, I'm going to show you what my original idea was to build this infrastructure with an internet gateway, two different subnet, a public and private, some routing, some specific load balancers, auto scaling, and from there I became to this specific code. I'm gonna just run. This is Visual Code, which has been installed with Terraform. I'm gonna just run and plan the Terraform. So Terraform is building all the different modules and commands for AWS to build the infrastructure. So, and the infrastructure is based on first Terraform, second DSC for all the different Windows configuration systems, and also I'm been using Ansible for more defined configuration. I'm building three types of configuration: Windows 16 with IIS, Ubuntu with the engines, and a basic or based Windows 16. And the configuration of the Terraform is building a main region with a certain configuration, security groups, internet access, load balancers, auto scaling, routing, and working to include Lambda into it. It has roles, and also discarded for this example contains as well different buckets, different security groups, not including to this example directories, and RDS storage, which has been discarded for the sample just because of the cost of the solution. All the solution has been built in a free tier, so there is a minimum cost, and it brings all the interconnectivity and also all the different role instances. This is a payment hub focused on the Spanish market, so probably some of you might recognize a Price here, ISO, Diferido, back, and also all the different instances. So let me just I'm gonna just apply the code. Okay, we will see very soon. Let me come back to the console. So in ECS, at the moment there is nothing. Okay, there are some rest of instances that have been running previously, but at the moment there is no running instances at all. Okay, let me just show you that there are instances, but they are deleted or terminated. So let me come back. And while Terraform is running, okay, we will keep an eye on it because we need to accept it. Let me come back to the diagram of what was the original idea, okay, and how has been developed to accommodate all the different frameworks and infrastructure required for to have that specific module for integration with this specific RedSys integration, okay, and it comes with this diagram. This is all the different interconnections between routing tables, subnets, associations, auto balancers, target groups, security groups, listeners. Oh, this has been finished, so we need to apply yes. And now is building everything in AWS. Okay, so it will take some time. Let's refresh here. We will see how it goes. It has created a key pair, and it will start bringing. It has been creating security groups, it will start running instances and such. So during all this time, I had been searching for different tools to be able to the picture or create a diagram of all the different infrastructure. And I came across with two different ones. One is CloudBeat, okay, which is for me is the most useful. Okay, it's very plain, very simple, very straightforward, and Cloudcraft, which is very nice and very looking. Okay, but it has some constraints. I will speak to you in a minute. So it looks well. Sorry, this is the budget. This is the design, so it looks very nice and very sharp and neat. And it came. This tool is very useful in terms of budgeting because it tells you an estimation of it. But let me just come back to a basic one so I can show you something else. Okay, both tools allow you to synchronize your infrastructure with the tool. Okay, so you can see how the infrastructure is done. So let's see, this is start creating has finished security groups and probably will start now creating all the different auto balancers and scaling groups. So let's have a look in here how they go. So 11 instances has been already created, but only 2 load balancers, no elastic APs. They are still pending to be created. Here we go. There. Okay, so it will take some time to be built. So let me come back to here. Okay, so Cloudcraft, you can scan it. We know there are missing pieces, but read all the infrastructure and you can just create a layout of it. And this is what Cloudcraft is reading. Okay, it's not very helpful, not very nice, very complex to read. And anytime that you try to, for instance, you start accommodating this and try to make it more neat and more beautiful or more nicer, every time that you make a change in the infrastructure, it comes to the same layer, poof, altogether, which is not very helpful. But instead, if you go to CloudBeat, and probably it's gonna display more or less the same number of instances and load balancing and such, but it's nicer, clean, and more well structured. Okay, you can see here that straight away you have different available zones, subnets, different instances, auto balances. This is not the full picture because it's still running, but you can see that this is more realistic. Okay, I can see that the still building all the different networking connections between the different subnets and available zones. So the code, here we go. Yeah, and that. So the code is addressing 11 instances, that's correct, and we are going to try to connect some of them. Okay, and just for you to be aware, some of the IP addresses has been made public. Okay, just for the testing. Let me just go in that connection. And other ones are not. Okay, but just for the purpose of this test. Okay, some connection has been enabled, like a remote desktop. But while you are doing a ping to this one, it doesn't respond to you. Okay. In the other way, for instance, I give you for the Windows instances, I created those instances so you are able to ping and to install remotely things like a Docker, Kubernetes, or Jenkins, or that kind of things. Okay, but you still not access, you are not able to access through basic commands, remote commands. Okay, like a pin, or you try to trace the connectivity, or that doesn't work. You need to for this purpose, okay, be in the network, or you can take control of the network through remote control. Okay, so let's see. So it's a free tier, so he's not powerful at all, and it takes some time. Here we go. So let me check. For instance, I'm gonna take control one with no public IP, for instance, this one. Okay, so let's copy this IP. Let's try to connect, and also I'm gonna try to ping it, okay, from the same instance. Let's see what happened. I should be able to take control of the server, okay, as you can see here, but ping has been denied for the purpose of this exercise, okay. Between the different connections, there are some ports open for connectivity, okay. Other one has been as you can see here, timeouts, okay, it's not connecting. So okay, so this is how what has been developed. I'm expecting to have not just RESTs, but also to include a Lambda session, directories, SEPAN, APIs, gateways that has been included here, but not they are not active. So thank you for watching. In case that you want to contribute or want to help or want to be involved into this, send me a private message. Okay, I'm very happy to include you into all this process. Thank you.